Hello Absurdisan and welcome to Chat, a little show that I've cooked up where I just have a good old natter about things that have interested me in the world of gaming, films, a lot of different things, just things that I find a bit interesting. Now I've been watching a lot of PAX coverage and it just finished yesterday and I was enthralled with loads of the stuff that was there. There was a huge range of things, massive indie booth, what was it, the mega booth? Which I think is a fantastic idea. If you can get indies even more exposure, all the more power to you. And you also had your big heavy hitters and all your big publishers and companies and everything. It was a great PAX. But there were a couple of things that really stood out to me, and those are the things that I want to talk to you about today. And they are actually a couple of peripherals that I watched people demo and watched various YouTubers try out, and I just think they are fantastic. And so I'm going to dive straight into those. Now the first one is the Oculus Rift. The Oculus Rift has been around for quite a while now, and it's been at various game shows where people have tried it out, and people have tried it with various different kinds of games. But at PAX I saw a lot more variety of the things it was used for. Some people had some horror games that they were using it with. Some people had it with just weird physics-based games they were using it with. Some people were playing Half-Life 2 because that's now officially supported in the beta. And the wonderful thing is that everyone that I've seen try out the Oculus Rift has come away with positive things to say. Everyone seems to come away with a good experience and they are all very excited about what's going to happen with it next. And that includes me, because I look at this thing and it is the virtual reality headset that we all wanted when we were growing up. We saw it in TV and movies and we saw it as like future tech. It was far-fetched, it was completely out of our reach. But here it is. It's right there. For those who don't know, and before I start rambling on about it, the Oculus Rift is a headset that you put over your face, covers most of your face, gives you very good in-depth vision, first up, and they've got HD prototypes out there now which people are working with, and you can buy yourself a developer kit, or a development kit for $300, which it's not cheap, but for the tech, it's pretty impressive, and I'll tell you why. The Oculus Rift not only just gives you two massive screens right in front of your eyes so it really feels like you're there, but it also tracks your head movements. So if you look left, you're looking left in the game world. It will track what you're doing and you can have a real good look around. Now this doesn't sound like much, but as gamers we have trained ourselves and been trained to move with our thumbs. That is really odd and counterintuitive when you think about it, but it's what we had to work with. But now you can look around. You can actually look, and apparently, I've not tried one yet and this really frustrates me, but apparently it is surreal but amazing. And the latency between your movements and actually being represented by the screen is minimal. It is tiny, and apparently that makes it one of the better VR headsets that people have brought out. In the past, companies would try VR headsets like that, where it would track your head movements and try and represent that on the screen that you're being shown. But the latency between your movements and what was represented was too big. Whether it was just a bit too big or whether it was just awful, it always contributed to a feeling of distortion, and it made people feel nauseous because their movements weren't being reflected by what the brain was expecting. From what I've heard, the Oculus Rift has cut this problem down into not only manageable levels, but into levels that are fantastic. So the Oculus Rift really excites me. It's wonderful. It is a huge leap forward in gaming technology. Potentially, it's still not out for public release. They're still just selling development kits. But companies are buying it, companies are interested because they are showing it everywhere. They have gone around the shows and people are loving what they're trying. And it is being proven that you can do great things with it. That's exciting. And so that was one big peripheral at PAX that I saw demoed in new ways that I hadn't seen before that got me very excited. But another one was the Virtuix Omni. Now this one is going to divide people. Some people are going to think it's an extravagant waste of money, that is completely useless, it's a gimmick, it'll go out of fashion, whatever. Other people, myself kind of included after seeing it in action, other people look at it as a great immersive peripheral that really lets you get into whatever you're doing. The Virtuix Omni is a circular surface with a kind of support structure that goes around your waist. You get strapped into that. Sounds fairly interesting so far. The surface itself is frictionless, and you put stuff on the bottom of your shoes so that you can move your feet freely. But because you're strapped in, you don't just wander off the surface and you can't really fall over, which is great. And what you can do with this is you walk. And you physically walk. You can run, you can sidestep, strafe, you can do whatever you want. And it's represented in the game that you're playing. This is wonderful. This is great. This is exciting. And I saw it used with an Oculus Rift. These two peripherals pretty much go hand in hand perfectly, because not only are you in the virtual reality with the Oculus Rift, now you can turn, and now you can physically turn and go, because this thing it's omnidirectional, so you can turn freely in this thing. You can turn around and go over your back, you can walk backwards, forwards, go whatever direction you want. And couple that with the Oculus Rift where you look there and suddenly you turn and are walking that way and it's represented in the game. I saw it demoed by Markiplier. Markiplier's a great YouTuber, I love him, he does mostly horror games, but he played a demo of Half-Life 2 and it worked surprisingly well. Now this thing is still in development. You can pre-order it for shipment, I think it's March 2014. And it is $499 for one kit, but that gets you like all the belts and stuff to strap in and stuff. So it's not cheap, but when you think about the technology that is being used in this thing, it's also not that bad. So I'm really excited for the Virtuix Omni, because that looks like just another level of immersion in gaming, where you can actually move. That is great. And compare that to the Kinect. Now the Kinect is all well and good. We all know our feelings on the Kinect by now. Now don't get me wrong, the Kinect has some very good features and it has a lot of potential. The voice recognition part of it works great. I saw some people use it on Skyrim. I don't know whether it was modded or whether that's actually supported now, but that worked really well. But the motion technology that comes with it, it's just been implemented terribly. It's got potential. It has wonderful potential, and hopefully we'll see with the next Kinect on the Xbox One that potential starting to be realised. I say hope because chances are we will just see another load of shovelware motion control games that are just going to be complete bargain bin material. But anyway, I'm moving off topic. Compare the Virtuix Omni to the Kinect. When you want to walk with a Kinect, you lean forward or you do whatever instruction the game tells you, like you put your arm forward or do whatever. With the Virtuix Omni, you actually walk. It's just more intuitive to actually do the entire action and have it represented than just kind of lean and have something acted out for you. It just feels a bit more direct, like you're in more control. And I think that's maybe why I'm so excited about the Oculus Rift and the Virtuix Omni. Far more excited than I was about the Kinect and all the other motion control things when I first heard about them. Because with the Oculus Rift, it's giving you a virtual reality headset, but the controller's still in your hands with a controller. Or with the Virtuix Omni, you still have the physical control, and what you do is accurately represented. So I don't know whether it's just a level of control, whether it's how much I feel like what I'm actually doing is affecting what's in the game, but I am so excited about these two peripherals, far more than I was before I watched the PAX videos, and I cannot wait to see what people do with them, because there are people who are far more creative and far more intelligent than me, and they will come up with astounding ideas, wonderful ideas that will just push gaming into this new level that we need, because the new consoles are coming out. They've got some lovely features, but nothing's really wowed us. Nothing's really gone, bam, that is a selling point, that is Jesus, wow! We need some of that. And if it's coming from things like Oculus Rift and Virtuix Omni, I welcome it. So let me know if you've been watching the PAX coverage, and if you're excited about these peripherals, or if you're not. What criticisms do you have? What did you like at PAX? Shove them in the comments. I am just buzzing about these things because I'm literally dancing. I can't wait to see what happens with them. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, gaming could be very different, and I can't wait. Anyway, I've been Rich Perry, and this has been Chat. Sound off in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.